Well, I'm going to talk to you. I'm alive. I had a book. I've been reading Reiki books, and most of them I keep, but this one I forgot. It said it was a combination of Reiki energy with psychotropic, antidepressants, and chemicals. Just because you got a PhD doesn't mean that's right. You might have got a Reiki attunement, ladies or men or whatever you are, and you got this title behind you, and you're being brainwashed by the pharmaceutical racket. Reiki was never a system of labeling. The intention is to allow. Now, these drugs, I'll tell you what they are. They're lobotomies. So why would you give them to somebody? Why would you give a chemical? You don't want people addicted to anything. Cocaine, oh no. I don't blame you. It's a bad substance. Every addiction's bad. These are a physical dependency of corruption created by a pharmaceutical racket that its pure intention is to keep their stockbrokers, their stock investors happy. And they come up with these drugs and they're not even testing them. I'm going to go to Ottawa and try to get some of these drugs off the market because I was almost killed by that stuff. I woke up and I got holistic therapy to get off that chemical junk. I'll tell you what the problem if people are, we have so much trauma in our lives. Some of it's in Kruniki Reiki and other systems. It can be past life trauma. Yeah, past life trauma. It can be birth trauma. It has to be healed. And here's another thing. No doctor, or the so-called professional, that's the ego coming in, goes and tells a patient how to live their lives. That's for them to discover. You don't manipulate and say that girl's got tattoos, she's got some problem. Because every psychiatric intervention's always said something, and it's come on the DSM manual book and taken off. And it always changes. It's like a Bible without rules. It's constantly changing the DSM. It's a paint by number book for the pharmaceutical racket. And all these so-called professionals, I don't call them professionals. What was a professional? We had a piano in every home a while back. Then the Victrola came along. And the radio. Everybody's a professional at their own lives. Institutions have to fail because that's control. What we're doing is we're grasping onto this material industrial age that's failing. You don't think so? Look at the technology. People can learn anything, anywhere. They can go anywhere. But freedom frightens the industrial elite or whatever they are. They build up institutions. They call it industry. What about God? What about love? What about happiness? The Christian work ethic. I don't think it exists. I think it's a man-made construction by industrialists to keep you enslaved. I see people struggling through life. And what is this? It's all a dukkha of everyone. This collective of right now. It's you, it's us, it's everything. As soon as I say I don't have problems, that's the ego popping in. We all do. We have to keep on examining. But I do a lot of self-healing. I listen to people. And here's another thing. It's been proven that 1 billion people in this world are highly sensitive. I want you to understand, I don't think bipolar really exists. I think, I know, we have a culture, we have environmental health issues. By Jane Jacobs' book, Dark Days Ahead, she was explaining this. Our culture is crazy. We've forgotten that climate change is part of this fossil fuel economy, and we keep on delving into it. And it's like we're in a dukkha of not seeing clearly. Like I was looking at Bangladesh. Everybody wants to keep this culture going of dukkha. It's craziness to keep an old system going. Like the third world countries are trying to compete to keep on the world market. I'm looking at the good countries that are going to do it. That's India. China's got more. Well, the countries that put healthcare, I mean healthcare, and that would be an integrated medical system. It wouldn't be a one-way dogma controlled by pharmaceuticals. That's the industrialists. And they're gone. What's happening now with every economic change is there's a revolution. It's a quiet revolution. But they're called criminals, the people who stand up. And there's some people that have integrity and guts to stand up for women's rights, the environment. Here's the complete compactment of what we should be looking at. Future generations. Not this madness. Not this justification. I'm talking to environmentalists. They say, how are we going to get past this? How are we going to show people that that's wrong? Or that's right? Well, like I say, wrongs and rights, they don't seem to fit. Henry David Thoreau in the New England states in those days when they were wiping out native indigenous people developed a system. They couldn't use rational philosophy. Rational philosophy, it's like an alchemy of right and wrong. It's like changing a rock into gold or a diamond. And they do that with justification. It's the new cure to manipulate information. But you can see what they call it. Economy. Which isn't economy. There's two schools of economy. The British banks are starting to look at integrity in banking because it's all out of control. And what I see is a solution. Very simple. Clean up our backyard. First of all, environmental health stewardship. Number one, make our communities quieter, less cars, less traffic. Keep the perimeters where they have to walk in, or just limit the amount of driving. Make them more walkable. It's called active transportation. This is sustainability. Lower noise levels. That's another thing. There's got to be noise regulations. But I talk to people, that's not freedom. Well, in this world, we are still not there yet. Freedom would be fine if everybody respected each other. We could get rid of everything if there was enough love and respect for each other. But we walk around blindly, and I don't hate people for making noise. But I sure don't support pharmaceutical chemicals I couldn't play piano. I couldn't play guitar. I was awfully depressed. Like we look at deductionism. Like you look at an illness and say, there's no proof that it's a biochemical dysfunction. The brain reacts with chemistry, right? But what's the underlying cause? Emotions, saturation of stress. All our cancers are caused by stress and the cell depletion. And people come to me, I want a cure for cancer. I want money for cancer. I want money for heart disease. Where's this research go? And it's all in studies. Now, here I'm going to talk about another thing, factual information. They say you're talking opinions. No. Opinions have no facts. Now, do these studies have absolute bulletproof facts, or do they just pop out of the air? There's so many studies, and they're fear-based. Like, I had a doctor tell me 5G Wi-Fi is bad for me. That might be an opinion, because those hydro wires are putting a more electromagnetic hydroelectric wires than that 5G. There's gamma rays, neutrinos. We don't know what it is. There's no absolute in energy. But we can protect ourselves and shield ourselves with crystal energies. We have to reduce stress, that's one thing. Now, I'd like you to comment on this. I'm going to share it on LinkedIn with my doctor friends and my holistic. Because I really think if we're going to fix the healthcare, well, health is everything. Health is the number one. You want to live long enough, you're happy. Happiness is everything too. The more joy you have in your life, the more it comes. It's not this excessive struggle and grasping. These are Buddhist concepts. And that's what Reiki's based on, is Tibetan. And most ancient healings are based on that Tao Te Ching, and everything's based on that spiritual concept. And we can't throw mind, body, and soul out with the baby. It's like the baby with the dishwater. We have to combine it all. Deductionism is not getting us anywhere. Just looking at that area. Because the underlying cause of maybe what you had might be something far beyond what we know. We don't know everything. And the problem with medicine is they come out of graduate school and they're stuck in these boxes, and the ego keeps you in a box. And you're a prisoner of a device. Your own device is like Hotel California said, you can never leave. Our institutions are stuck in the box people. Creative people aren't stuck in a box. Sports people that get ahead. Entrepreneurs that get ahead or become philanthropists, helping improve the world. They are the game changers. They might be this label of bipolar or manic depression because we go sad. The thing is, the saying is sad Buddha, happy Buddha, not bipolar Buddha. Bipolar was just a softening of manic depression. And there's a psychosis when you go extreme highs and downs. But I said there's a psychosis of every doctor who thinks he can cure everything with a pill. The one underlying cause of depression in the United States and Canada is nutritional deficiencies due to soil It's lost its micronutrients. It's depleted. Or spray Roundup on it. So, everything's got a foundation. That piano's sitting on legs, eh? That's the foundation. Your house is sitting on blocks. So the foundation is to get our food systems right, less stress and culture, get sustainable programs for people. Like when you retire, do new things. Always keep learning. Sometimes a mentorship program might help because the young people don't know what we had. So that's what I suggest. Have a namaste, love and light. I gotta shut this off. Oh, but I'll just edit it. There we go. I gotta edit and trim this.